We're going to be giving you messages for the end of June into July of 2026. Come on in. Already, you think it's already coming into July? Wait till summer really gets going, because I've been doing some research again. And from what I understand, the energies on the planet are going to go from 100 to 1,000 as of right now to the end of August. So prepare yourselves, lay low, maybe. There could be a lot of tensions, a lot of stress levels that are raising. There could be a lot happening in politics, the news, the workplace, your neighborhood, wherever it may pan out. So knowing that energies are being multiplied by 1,000 right now, I think it's a good time to stay focused, stay grounded, know this, and get off the news. Just get off. I have not watched the news in years. I get my news in other ways, and they want you in fear, and they're going to make it like that, and there's a lot that, I'm just saying. Come on in, Aries. Welcome to my channel. If you have Aries in your chart anywhere, there should be a message in here somewhere for you, right? I have already called in everybody's spirit team, angels, ancestors, the higher galacts, and the ascended masters. They are all here with us right now. Please just know it. Show me what I need to see. Universe, spirit. Card down. Couple cards, few cards. First one out. Focus on children. Pregnancy, birth, or adoption. Nice. Something about that. Maybe some of you are having kids or have adopted kids or what. That's a beautiful energy right there. Remember who you are. Culture, resilience, and beliefs. Look at that blue lipstick on this card. This is very precarious to me when I see this. And it's kind of fading at the same time. So resilience through the masks, through the illusions, something about that. Strong as a bear. Bears are quite the animal totem sign, being strong, right? Earth magic. This is crowning you for a few weeks. Nature, rituals, and charms. Yeah, you might be finding yourself outside more than usual, or what. This is, I feel like somebody's going to find something while they're out there, outside somewhere. That's kind of cool. I don't know who that's for, but I felt it. Nature, just enjoying nature, being outside, being thankful, gratitude, appreciation, and harmony. Yep. Very gracious type energies. This is the hope, fear, challenge, and homework, is being appreciative. Maybe you don't appreciate things happening, right? Could be. I don't know. You're going to find out. Show me one more and we can move on. I hope everybody's having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world watching. Show me one more. One on the table first. Connect with your past loved ones. Yeah, sense, feel, and reconnect. Your ancestors are all around you. Just know it. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there, right? Some of you may know they're there, depending on your abilities and how in tune you are. Okay. Let's get some more. Whoops. All right. Negativity, like a dark cloud above. You're depressed, in extreme mood. Somebody is. Don't forget to flip and flop energies and genders each and every time you feel fit. Distant, so far away physically and emotionally. See if you can rekindle the passion again. Remember who you are with your ancestors. Reconnect with your ancestors, because this passion here, you don't want, you don't need. I got 2 messages out of that right away. Remember who you are, where you come from, what, I don't know, maybe your nationality or your something about your culture, right? I personally am so tempted to do a DNA thing. I mean, I know that I'm 7 nationalities, most all Eastern European, but I would love to do it. But in today's day and age, who wants to send their sample out there? Who knows what they're going to do with that? I don't need any cloning or any weird, that's going on out there. So I personally am like, I do it by self research and figure it out from what I know and put it together with what I find, kind of thing in my senses. Anywho, maybe that is something that you might want to do. But anywho, crowning you, somebody wants to prove themselves. They're very insincere, and somebody out here is an exhibitionist. That may not be for everybody, but I feel like for some. Anyway, nature, rituals, and charms, being out in nature, getting away from these energies, maybe, and these show offs. I feel like if they need to prove themselves, are these the type of energies that feel like they have to one up people, like keeping up with the Kardashians? Who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a shit, But some people are in that competitive vibe, or whatever. Vicious circle, hope, fear, challenge, and homework patterns of relationships, issues, bad habits, and no win situations. You're gracious and thankful for this, for not this, I mean, for being in harmony, or you're trying to be through this, maybe through this negativity, and I feel like you may be kind of feeling depressed here, but I feel like their negativity is also from some sort of possible depressive as well. Yeah, there's a lot of low, kind of vibes like that here. I see. I only need the one. False hope. Reconnect with your past loved ones. Somebody's here trying to sell you a pipe dream. There's no substance. They're invasive. Are they crossing boundaries? Are they in your business, or um, watching all the time or something? This negative energy. They're always trying to one up, selling you a pipe dream, making it sound like, they're dangling a carrot of some sort. Yeah, that's usually a red flag right there. All right, we'll go a little deeper. Still, show me what I need to see. Spirit, universe, longing, missing you, let's talk, reunion. And then we have that focus on children, adoption, pregnancy, or birth, right? Somebody's very negative about this. They're feeling really depressed about this. Are they missing their kids even somehow out of this? I don't know. Two-Face, double life, cheater, backstabber. Okay, well, that might explain that lipstick that's wearing off. And it kind of looks like a Joker type style. I don't know. It's a very precarious thing in that card. But this is in your present. Somebody, like, I feel like you already know about this. Maybe they're going to be yeah, so far away. Yeah, you're trying to ignore it, is what you are. You know about this already. You're trying to avoid it. It's depressing. It's hard, right? Glowing up, new opportunities, a new career, or successful business ventures. Right on. Somebody's glowing up. Very well could be you, Aries. I like it a lot. Say to yourself, be cool, right? Look at the circle. I'm getting like the what comes around goes around vibe, you know? We'll see where that takes us. Oh. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. This is what you want. This is what you should have, right? Make your boundaries and restrictions. You're allowed to do this, but you're not allowed to do that, period, right? And the more we work on this, the stronger we get at it, the easier it starts, But yeah, I feel like the disrespect is real, unfortunately. See, that's just a sign that they disrespect themselves. If you respect yourself, then you stand off. There's this thing that I like to follow. It's called compassionate detachment, and it's like you need to stay in a neutral observation, you know, like stand back, watch it happen right in front of your eyes, you know. These veils are coming right off anymore, and just try and keep your focus, right? Don't get triggered, right? That's a big one. Breathe, let go, clear your mind, reconnect with your ancestors. They're all around you. Okay, sense, feel, and reconnect. Be open to sense them. They might be sending you little things, you know, buttons, nickels, dimes, feathers, something particular, maybe a certain year, maybe, you know, there's all kinds of ways. I sense them. I always have. I used to see spirit when I was like 3, 4 years old. You know, I remember. And I remember them saying, "Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't." You know, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Anywho, some of you may, you know, it is a little freaky, but it's very real. You know, it's very real. Anywho, skiing or skating? Yeah. Somebody here has some hobbies in the winter, maybe. But anywho, I feel like they're skiing or skating by the truth. Actually, I feel like they're skiing by the truth, to be honest. This negative, it is really, maybe you're skiing or skating by the truth. Maybe you're a little too hard on yourself. Thank you, Spirit. I just heard that loud and clear. You know, be easier on yourselves. None of us are perfect, right? None of us. But if you're the one with the soft soul, or any soul for that matter, you know, then fill your own cup and do, you know, life is tough, dance more. Yeah, it is tough. We need to release sometimes and just go with the flow and have fun, right? These double life backstabbing cheaters, see ya. You want to go and have some fun, right? I know here in New England, we started off Bike Week in Laconia, New Hampshire. And in fact, you may hear the constant rumble in the background. I don't know if my volume will pick it up or not, but um, it's a lot of exciting times around here. So there's a lot of outdoor concerts, there's bike runs, there's charity runs, poker runs, all kinds of fun, you know, the hill climb and what. Anywho, crowning you is spiritual warfare. And this shit is very real, my friends. I'll tell you, I know. What you're going through, the maybe possible anxieties, depression, whatever that is, what's on your constant, you know, that's spiritual warfare. It is, it's a form of it, all of it. It can be really, really difficult to get through. Um, just ride it out. Do the best you can, because I have personally been having massive anxiety since these flares are amped up to 1,000. And it got to the point just the other day I had to call my doctor. So it's people are feeling it, and it isn't just you, right? It's there's a lot of unwell people out there. So staying mindful as we're out and about as well, you know. Anywho, back to the reading. I mean, that was part of it, but show me what I need to see. I hope everyone's doing it out there. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Storm. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework. Riding out the storm, staying gracious, damn straight. I feel like making those boundaries with this respect card, you know. If you're respecting yourself and your mission, your soul purpose, your life, however, whatever, um, you know, that's a respect to yourself. People see that. You know, they see that. They're in a vicious circle. It's a no-win situation, I feel, some of you, or that's how you feel. And the way to win is just exactly what I've been saying. That is the truth. It's difficult sometimes, but it's true. Excuse me. Show me one more and we can get into my tarot. Getting outside, peace, weather, I personally love the wind. I really like it on a windy day. If it's really nice out, that's just one of my things. So maybe you have a certain time of the day you like to go out. Maybe there's a certain place that you like to go to. Understanding. Yeah. We're not understanding anything. It's about understanding ourselves and the problems and what's going on with this very negative, dark soul around you. Anywho, we're going to use my Oz and Wonderland deck here. Keep you on your toes with your trivia and your lore with these fairy tale decks here. What about skiing or skating? Let's talk reunion, pregnancy, birth, adoption, negativity. What about that? Yeah, you're beat up. You got every wound has a story, man. You feel like a war, going through the forest. But look, that hawk that's right behind you, that's your spirit guide saying you can do it. You can keep going. You got the strength, you know. Keep trucking. I'm here with you as well. I feel the ancestors are saying they're behind you as hard as it is. Yeah, there's no, Four of Wands reverse is, it's really not a good thing around the house or the home or something. It's not a celebratory energy. I feel like it's very dark. These people, with the spiritual warfare, they are the ones that are creating it on you, you know? Ace of Pentacles, there's an opportunity here glowing up. I feel like this is a good one for you. Now, a little trivia, those silver slippers were silver before they added color, obviously, right? So the ruby slippers were originally silver. Spiritual warfare right over that. Yeah, somebody's showing off. They feel like they need the attention. This is an attention seeker or something. Or maybe that's what when they feud, they need that. They feed on that, It's weird. I'm getting weird vibes off of that. Two of Swords down, the world. Nice. The world, understanding. It's a wrap. The end. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Learned lessons, closed doors, moving on. Period. Yep. Understanding, you know it. You're gonna be I feel like you're moving on. You know better. Okay. Now we're starting to get on the show here. The illusion's out, right? You already understand all of this, or you might even still, well, there's never enough learning about it, but and I can say that because I've been doing so much of it for so many years, and I'll always have to with my own healing journey, right? I have serious PTSD and CPTSD, and it's, with my anxieties, it's been triggering with these energies that are coming down times 1,000. So I've been really keeping it, Anywho, this person has no empathy whatsoever and they're totally against you. I don't feel like they'll ever recognize your compassion or what, but it's saying to dance more. Life is tough, dance more. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Maybe you need to get out and really just enjoy yourself and let this go, you know? Spiritual warfare, you know? Yeah, holding on. This fucking witch, male or female, I don't care. Trying to control. Yeah, that's dead center in the reading. You have an opportunity coming in, however, and I feel like that's closing the door somehow. Something's coming for you. Yeah. What comes around goes around. Maybe they party too much or something, or maybe these cycles and vicious circles and bad habits just keep continuing. Hope, fear, challenge, and homework column, right? The storms are real, right? And here's the oops, okay, that one's next, but dealing with it and closing the door, understanding. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of hard on you to close this door. So this should be or could be family, something. I'm not sure with you. Yeah, this is that one up, card, the competitive card. This is the, trying to keep up with the Kardashian bullshit, right? There's a lot of chaos. There's feuding, arguments. People are very, very, very jealous and insecure of your empath capabilities, empathetic capabilities. They don't want to recognize it. They more than likely will never recognize it, but deep down, they know it. Right? Seven of Pentacles. Life is tough, dance more. You just keep on keeping on. I feel like you are assessing a lot of things. I feel like you're trying to be, like I said, maybe you just need to back off from the situation a little before this closure comes in, or maybe that's what you have been doing. But either way, I do feel that you have been tending to your garden all along, you know? Yeah. They're not going to recognize you. You're an earth angel. Temperance. See? Spiritual warfare is real. This is a very reckless energy that you're dealing with, and you're glowing up and they don't like it. Too bad, so sad. You do what you need to do, boo, right? I don't like this energy. It's pretty wicked, actually. Show me. Yeah, very reckless, very impatient. I'm feeling a lot of black magic going on. A lot of spell work. And a lot of verbal spells as well. Five of Pentacles down. I don't feel like you really want any part of this. That's the King of Wands down. I don't feel like, they're making you feel like an outcast, maybe, or maybe a disabling situation, but I don't think you really care in this case. And I don't usually get that off of this card, but staying gracious, staying centered, moving on, right on. This is definitely a black witch or warlock. This could be a father figure, could be a leader or a boss. Someone that works for themselves more than likely, or on their own, but not necessarily. But anywho, yeah, they're not the king that they thought they were. And you understand all of this now. You're just dealing with it, trying to move on, right? They want you trapped in your head. They want you in spiritual warfare. That's what these cards are about. You're going through it hot and heavy right now, you know? And quite honestly, if that's what they want, then do the best you can to not give it to them. There's the Ram. There's the Aries. There's the fire kickers. Kick that fire out, right? Bastards, whoever they are. How dare them do this to an earth angel, somebody that actually gives a shit. And that's what makes this world go round. So we are the ones that need to be on this planet, right? I get it. I'm an abuse survivor. Three of Swords down. Nine of Wands. Yeah, your spirit guides are telling you you can overcome this, right? Quickly, skiing or skating. They can ski or skate by the truth all they want, but you can overcome this. You do have the strength, the inner strength. Yeah, that's the truth. Life is tough, dance more. It hurts. Those are sharp fucking edges. you know, it's the truth. There's clarity coming in if you don't already see it clearly. You know, these mask wearers, their masks are falling off, or I feel like they already fell off long time ago. But however, they keep on keeping on, thinking that people don't see them when they do, right? But that's part of the mental illness, see? You know? Yeah, this is very vengeful. Mm-hmm. This is spite, revenge. This is like wicked energy. I do not like this. You're glowing up and showing up. You're taking the opportunity of something and glowing up and showing up. As tough as this is, there's a lot of trauma or hardships here, right? Dealing with it. There's trauma. There's, bad memories that we don't want, right? This vicious cycle of these bitches that are constantly making bad choices and decisions and just don't care, right? And you just need to be you, boo, because it's over. It's coming. This is closure. This is the end. Moving on. Sayonara. See you later. Auf Wiedersehen. Mhm. Understanding this person is a massive narcissist. It's a personality disorder. And you're stuck in the middle of it, unfortunately. Show me what I need to see. I need a bunch. Seven of Pentacles again. Ding, 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 ding. Three of Pentacles. Oops, wait. Death card reversed. Then the Seven of Pentacles. And then I had the Three of Pentacles. It's kind of level. I'm going to leave it that way. I kind of read them both ways anyway, but I'll leave it. Yeah, they don't want it to be over. You don't want the ending with the kids or something, but you see so clearly, somebody's refusing the change. And if we don't go with the flow, then things tend to get harder. So going with the flow, because the death card's already here in my book. When I read, they can be, it still carries. It's over. They just do not, they don't want it to be over. They're very vengeful. These people are stuck in a bad way, and we really just need to send them love and light underneath it all. And as hard as that is, they're working on things. They are casting spells, but if you put that guard up, that boundary, right, protect yourselves, put into yourselves, you're working on the truth, you're standing in the truth, your truth, whatever that is. Yeah, they're holding on. They're building spiritual warfare, and you're stopping it. See, they're trying, you're stopping it, right? That has to do with the strength and conviction of you're allowed to do this and you're not allowed to do that, period. And you stand and stay in that decision, period. Somebody's very intuitive here. Somebody already knows. Somebody could be a psychic medium out there. Anywho, going, these vicious cycles going round and round and round we go. Dealing with the storms, however, I do see a party scene or some sort of celebratory outdoor event here. But however, this could be divorce over here or just bad news in the family. Maybe you're going out and you are going to get out and about and just put this in the back of your mind. Good for you. Queen of Cups is technically the sweetheart card. It's the one who's listening, right? Male or female, I don't care. This is the one that's going through the storm, trying to stay gracious and balanced. The Star. There's always hope, baby. Always hope. I love it. This is my favorite card. Inner standing. This brings in healing and manifestations, wishing upon a star. Hi everybody. Hi diverse hearts. Yeah, I love this card. It brings in, Being king of your money, understanding and closing the door. Show me what I need to see. I love it in that placement too, you know. 10 of Wands, yep. Breaking ancestral curses, all right. You're walking away. These burdens aren't even yours to carry to begin with, you know. They're very competitive, very jealous, very immature. It's fucking stupid. I hate these energies. I'm so over it, you know, and you're about over it too. Just know it, you know. Things are happening fast. On EM here, working in a garden. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're going to hear from somebody if you haven't already, or you're going to reach out. There's some sort of communication. I don't know if that's paperwork or phone calls or what, but I feel like you're assessing things. Quite honestly, I'm not sure if you should answer the phone if it's them reaching to you. I'm not sure about that. We're going to find out. Page of Swords down. Yeah, they're very reckless. This is a really bad situation for somebody out there. I'm sorry to say the spiritual warfare is real. They're not gonna, I feel like whatever you say or do, they're gonna be the opposite. So, not feeding that fire, maybe. Don't give them too much information. Don't, you know, it's a kind of energy. It doesn't matter what you do, they want to see you fail. So don't give it to them. Okay? You take that energy, you transmute it, and you make it work for you instead of against you. 2 more cards and we can move on. 7 of Cups and Page of Cups reversed. Oops. Oh, okay. We have the Lovers. 7 of Cups, Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, they want to block you, but I think you're too powerful. I think you know too much. They're trying to control. Somebody's a micromanager. You know, they just have to control everything or think they are. But when it comes down to it, you're just controlling your own cup of love, right? Some of these people could be bosses and leaders and father figures, and male or female, maybe a mother figure, but in a masculine energy. You know, there is something you love here, dealing with the storm. You have a relationship that's going through it hard as well, or something. Being gracious, you love this person. You don't want to feel, you don't want to see them go through this. Okay. Yeah, the illusion is real with this King of Wands down. They are completely blocked and they're going to stay blocked, right? That's the way they choose, and that's the way it is. And your wishes and everything is happening. The world. I like it. It's happening. Period. Right on. Pathfinder the Wolf. Release your past and start a new journey. You're a teacher and help others find the way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Preservance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Yep. Lone wolf on their own? Possibly. Not all of you are loners, but could be. Either way, that wolf spirit in you, I like it. Some of you, it might be your spirit animal. You never know. And then we have the grizzly bear. Didn't I say something about that bear in the beginning? I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strengths. I never give up and I will succeed. Power in that. Mm-hmm. Yep. You keep on keeping on, fire kickers. Magic is afoot. The owl. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through the deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. I love it. Congratulations. This was really tough for you, or still is. But there is magic afoot. There are doors closing. There's finalizations. I feel relief. Like the weight is coming off your shoulders. And if it hasn't already, it's gonna. I like it. 3 of diamonds. Yeah, there could be some money coming, maybe increments or something. I just heard. I don't know what that means. Jack of spades. Yeah, you have a lot of people that are on your side. That sun that's coming up on that horizon. Yeah, there's a lot of you have a lot of fellowship feeling. Okay, whatever that means to you. I like it. It is a tower. It is a tower. You've been going through the tower, I feel, right? It's just telling you. But some of these towers are going to be washing out all this BS, which is the best news, I think. Yeah, they're psychic vampires, energy vampires, and financial vampires. 6 of spades. They're sucking you. They're sucking on you. Your thoughts, your dreams, your life. It's bringing you down. It's completely their mission. I'm sorry, these bitches in this world. It's real. The ring, when it's to the right of the person, which is an unerring indication of rich and happy marriages. Yeah, you're gonna have a happy life, but you've been through a lot of turbulent stuff. And you have to go through, for whatever reason. I feel like this is a must happen, right, kind of situation. Once we get through that, you're going to be just fine. Your wishes are coming true here. I love this. Is the best reading I have had for Aries in so long. It feels good that I can actually give you a good reading like this. I love it. And I'm actually going to get teary-eyed, so we're not going to go there. I have some friends that are Aries, and I am very happy that they're getting through this. Okay, Jack of Clubs reversed. Yeah, somebody doesn't want you to go forward. Too bad, so sad. Leave them in the dust. Too bad, so sad. See you later, sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Seven of spades. Yeah, it's toxic. Leave them in the dust. They're so full of some of these people are pathological liars. Some of these people are just, I feel like some of these people could have attachments, like literal entities attached to them. So be mindful, make your boundaries strong and stick with them, because I feel like that's the hardest part here. You might have to be co-parenting with some of these people. And if you have to co-parent with somebody that's so evil, it is next to impossible, or it feels like that, but you can do it. There's some sort of relief coming, it is painful. 10 of spades. Really? Celine Dion? Huh. I have never had anybody say that before, but okay. 6 of Pentacles reversed. Just don't put into it, right? They don't want to accept your gifts, and that's just too bad, so sad, right? This is when the empowerment kicks in. We don't care what they think, how they feel, or what they say. And, getting through that. Yeah, Jack of Hearts. I don't know. They can come in with an apology all they want. I feel like they're just, love bombing you or whatever. It's a typical narcissist thing. Look at the smirk on his face. I just want to smack it off his face. And I'm sure that you do too. But you playing these cards the way, it's coming, my friends. It's coming. Oh, yeah, I'm going to give you a rune. Close this out. Wild Wisdom. This is the back of the card. They're all different. Wild Wisdom. Spirits bless you with their presence when you accept your true power. Unleash your creative heart here, now, and in this hour. Yeah. Feel your heart bloom. Feel your creativeness coming back. Feel your fire coming back. Yourself is what I feel. You can snapshot this if you choose. These are your messages, Aries. Congratulations. You've come far. Be cool. Be kind. Be patient. Just be a good human, and it all works out in the end. I'm telling you. Congratulations.